back YouTube, Craig here. We are back once again for pickups. This is, it's not titled video game pickups anymore. I'm just going to go down the route of pickups, to be honest, because there's video games here, obviously. But yeah, I've got a few other bits involved this time, so we're going to mix it up. It's not just video games. I've noticed. Anyway, just very quickly, I hope everyone is good. I've been watching a lot of videos, I've found some new channels to subscribe to. Man, these guys have probably been around for a while and I just haven't ever come across them. Retro Bait, I believe, is one. Inked Northerner, I'm going to be really apologetic now because I've just subscribed to about 7 or 8 recently and I'm not going to remember them all. I should write stuff like this down. Who else? Ugh. Can't remember. There's a Scottish guy. Pixel. Oh, I've been watching him recently. Generation Pixel? I think that's right. There's a few. Anyway, and all the regulars, of course. Been watching all your guys' stuff. And back on the YouTube, back on the comments section, and enjoying it. Yeah, I've got the bug again. I've caught the bug of YouTube. I was discussing this with Kieran, Retro Reclaimer. I do. Me and him are very similar in that respect. We kind of go through phases of, because we've both got kids as well. We're both at a similar age. You go through phases of work being very busy, your family doing lots of stuff with your family, and YouTube just kind of takes a back seat. But then, I never kind of forget about it. I'm always trying to check in on people's channels and stuff. But yeah, it does become very easy. The weeks go by so quickly, and then before you know it, you just haven't been. You go to your watch list and there's 30 videos, and you're like, oh man, I'm not going to be able to catch up on these. But yeah, I plow through them. I've got my watch list down to 4 now, so that's good. So yeah, I've got a few nice bits, a few tasty bits. But like I said, there's a mix. I've been watching a few people's recently where the mix movies in. I know Metropolis, I always watch Matt, I always watch Retro Red Steve, and they mix movies in with their pickups. A few other people do it as well. And yeah, Roger, what's he called? He's another guy, big guy. He's Roger, can't remember. Anyway, a few other people, they throw DVDs and stuff in with their pickups, and I've been recently, man, don't you hate that when you go I'm currently subscribed to Netflix, Disney and Amazon, and you go on and you look for a particular film, you go on all free and it's not there, and you're like, oh man. And you don't want to watch it on DVD because the quality of DVDs can sometimes be, or you haven't got it. I haven't got it on DVD. So I'm going down the Blu-ray route now of trying to get the Blu-rays of all the best films and the ones that I've been looking for on those streaming channels, and they're just not there. So I use IMDb, Internet Movie Database, all the time, and I rate movies whenever I watch them because it reminds me of if I've seen them as well, because you can easily forget if you watch movies a lot. About movies, have I seen this? It looks familiar, and we've had times where we've started watching it and I'm like, oh man, we have seen this, and I just forgot to rate it. So I try to rate my movies as much as possible, so then you can go through your ratings and see the ones you like to, the ones you rated highly. And I've gone through my ratings and I'm trying to collect all my top 20, 30 movies. I've got a lot of them already, your Back to the Futures, your Star Wars, Batman, Dark Knight, stuff like that. They're in there that I've already got, but there's a lot that I didn't, a lot in my top 20, 30 movies that I just didn't have, and they're not on the streaming site, so there's going to be a few of them mixed in there as well. So yeah, it's going to be pretty varied as this pickup. So I'm keeping Star Wars figures for its own video. I don't want to start throwing Star Wars figures in the mix because, geez, man, there's a lot. I've got a lot recently and it'll just take up way too much time. So yeah, hope everyone's good. I'm good. Again, I've just been busy. I've been playing games still. I've nearly completed Pokemon Shield on the Switch. It's a good game. Very easy. It's not as good as the other Pokemons. I know a lot of people are fans of the Pokemon games because they're very samey. But I mean, I like that about the game. You're throwing in different the storylines are different. They're not always the same. I know you're going to gyms and battling in gyms and such, but there's always different stuff in the storylines, different legendary Pokemon to grab. So they are kind of different. But this shield is just too easy. I've just found it really easy. I'm 30 hours in. I'm near the end. I've beat like all the gym leaders. You usually have the Elite Four to take on. It's slightly different in this one where you fight like all the gym leaders again, but they're like in one after another. I've done all them. I got to the main guy and I'm just about to fight him. But this whole game, the 30 hours I've played it, I haven't lost a single Pokemon battle. And it's like, that's not normal. Like I've literally played Leaf Green on the Game Boy Advance just before this one. And I got my ass handed to me on numerous occasions in that game. There were times where I had to go grind to level my guys up, my Pokemon up, because they just weren't good enough. So yeah, I mean, in that respect, it's just been a breeze. I've literally just been killing every match, and it's like, ugh, should be a bit more of a task, but I kind of see why they do it, because the kids of nowadays who are going to be playing these games, they don't want them struggling and whatnot, so I feel like that's maybe why. But yeah, I mean, it's good. It's just not up there with the best Switch games I have played. So I'm going to be finishing Shield soon, on to another game on the Switch, and it's probably one of these that in my pickup, so let's get on with it. I'm going to start with something really random actually, and it is this Back to the Future Funkoverse strategy game. This got bought by a friend. I've got a friend who's a manager at B&M, and he's popped up and he just grabbed one for me, brought it, and he's like, no, you don't owe me up for it, I just saw it and thought of you, so I got you it. It's pretty cool actually. I don't know anything about it. I never even knew this existed. He said they're new in, so they do them in, is that number 100? Jeez, there is a lot of them, man. They do like Game of Thrones variants, because I've been looking since, and they do lots of different movie strategy game variants, and this is the Back to the Future one. It looks pretty good. So yeah, I might crack that open, play it with the girls, see what they think. Right, first we're going to go with Pokemon Moon. Yeah, if you guys haven't heard already or seen, Argos were doing the Pokemon Sun and Moon. I got Sun on my last pickups video. They were doing the Sun and Moon for 10 or 12 pound, I can't remember, 10 or 12 pound. And yeah, I wanted to grab them, keep them sealed. And very much similar to what I did with Black and White when they did that like 5-6 years ago. Argos sold them for like £10. I bought them sealed, just kept hold of them for like 3-4 years, and the price just went up. And I sold both of them for like 90 each. So I made like 180. And that's what went towards buying my Switch if you watch that video back. But it just helps that way. Just keep these sealed. I'll never open them. I think I've got loose copies of them anyway. And then when the value goes up, just move them on. I'll tell you what's currently doing that. It is, where is it? This Metroid Samus Returns. I got this sealed, and I bought this, I think this time last year. It was like in lockdown. This was £12, and this is currently going for like £50-60. This has already like made a big jump. There's loads that Argos did. I've got like a bunch of them, look. Everyone will have these. They're like Chibi Robo, Mario Luigi, Harvest Moon, Kirby, Zelda, another Metroid Federation Force. Just keep hold of them, man, and then once the price like starts going up, shift them on and buy something. That's what I do that I really want. So yeah, I managed to get Moon, so I got them two now. So that's good. I'm gonna go with this one next. I finally managed to buy this game. So you'll have seen in my last pickups video that I got Ori, Will of the Wisps, is it? And the Will of the Wisps. Yeah, this is the sequel. I first became aware of Ori from Rasmus's video. He was talking about he just completed the first one, and I instantly started looking straight away for the Switch. The Switch is my go-to console at the moment because I can just play it anywhere in bed, blah blah blah. So I looked for the game that he was on about, and I saw there was a sequel. This was at Smith for like £10 or something like that. So I grabbed that, and then I started looking for the Blind Forest, which is the first game. But oh man, the price for this was like 30-40 quid, and I just did not want to pay that for it. finally managed to get it for, I think 22 I paid for it. It was on an auction, and it comes with like some cards. They're sealed, some like sealed cards for the game. It's pretty cool. So yeah, finally, I think this is what I'm going to play after Pokemon Shield. I'm going to start with Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition, apparently. But this game looks beautiful. I've seen a few people, Marcus, Dad and Lad Gaming, he's picked this up, like the Xbox version, I believe, recently. And someone else has. Was it Dylan? Maybe it was Dylan. Did he pick it up? Pass. Right, so the movies section, if you want to skip this because you're not into movies, if you want to listen to what movies I like, here we go. Right, this just, me and the missus had a few wines one night and we wanted to watch this. We were in the mood for watching a musical, and this is one of our guilty pleasures. It's Greatest Showman. I really do like this movie. It's awesome. The songs in it are great, but it wasn't anywhere. It wasn't on Netflix. It wasn't on Prime. Prime, you had to pay for it. I'm like, nah, forget that. So I just looked for the Blu-ray, a few quid, came the next day. As you can see, we haven't had any wine since, so we haven't watched it yet, but we will get round to that. Next, these three are in my top 20, 100%. First, we're going to go I Am Legend. I love this movie. This is one of my favourite zombie movies, I imagine you can call it. It's a zombie movie, isn't it? I'm sure of it. But yeah, I love I Am Legend. He's in New York, chilling with his dog. It goes through the whole backstory of how it broke out. You should really, Pete says, on a retro tip, have a thesaurus vocabulary, have a dictionary ready. How broke out. Virus. Can't think of virus. Jeez, we're in the middle, at the end of a pandemic. Includes alternate ending. I've never seen this alternate ending. I heard about this, but I've never seen it, so I look forward to watching that. Again, this wasn't on any of the Netflix and stuff. Another one, this is in my top 10, never mind top 20. I love this movie. This is Pulp Fiction. This is probably my favourite Tarantino movie. I love how it's all over the place. At the beginning is at the end is in the middle, blah, blah, blah. It's just, it blew me away when I watched this. I was like, oh man, this is all over like people die, and then the next scene that comes on, they're alive, and you're like, what? And then by the end, you're like, oh man, I love how he did that. And yeah, such great mini stories within this film. They all kind of mix together and create this one epic movie. If you haven't seen Pulp Fiction, I'm sure you have. Came out in the 90s, I think. Check it out. Glad to get that. Another one, classic. I'm sure a lot of you guys can agree this deserves to be in the top 10. Shawshank Redemption. This dude, Andy Dufresne, I'm sure he gets sent to prison for being wrongfully accused of killing his wife or something stupid I'm sure of it. And he's chilling in there with Morgan Freeman. Red, is he called Red? I'm sure he's called Red. And yeah, and you meet a bunch of characters along the way. A lot of crazy shit happens, and yeah, it's just an all-round good film. The wardens and stuff in there, they're fucking awful. And yeah, he's a very clever guy. Enough said, no spoilers here. So last two, these are tasty bits. These are gaming related, so welcome back if you skip the movies. First, we're gonna go with this. I couldn't resist, man. Anything Zelda limited edition, special edition wise, I've got to pick up, and I had to grab these. These are the Joy-Cons for the Switch, and these are the Skyward Sword Joy-Cons. I haven't even got Skyward Sword for the Switch. I've got it for the Wii and the Wii U, but I'll get it eventually, no doubt. But I just wanted these first because I imagine these will sell out and the price will just go up. I got these from Lee's shop. What's it called? Haven't been for friggin' ages. Direct Deals. Whoa, and it slides out and breaks. It's not broke. Yeah, but these are lovely, man. So he gave me a good price. I was looking everywhere. Curry's had the cheapest, I think, for 65 quid. I went to Lee's shop for the first time in months. He was like, whoa, how are you doing, stranger? He hasn't seen me for ages. And he sold me them for 60, so I was made up with that. And it was all from stuff I'd sold on eBay recently. So yeah, lovely Joy-Cons. I don't know whether I'm going to use them yet. I don't want to mess them up, but they'll go in the collection. I'm probably going to use them, to be fair. So happy to get those. Next is something that has been on my watch list for like a very long time. I'm going to put them back in there. This is a game I've played on the Switch. Sorry for not so much retro. Well, not retro basically. 3DS retro? No. Game on the Switch that I thoroughly enjoyed. A lot of people are talking about it recently. It was a limited run release, and I've got it, I think, over there in the cupboard on the limited run. I bought it when it came out. It's had its full release now, probably because it's that good. It's had an official release, and you can get it in your Argos and stuff like that now, Smiths. And this is the limited edition, limited run, special edition box set of this game. And this was like, because I love this game so much, I completed it. Any game like that I really love, I want to get the special edition of. Hence with Breath of the Wild, I got the special edition. And this one, I found it and I'm like, oh man, I need to get that. But the price was just ridiculous. And since they've done an official release of the game, the limited run versions have come down in price. So I was like, oh man, I've got to grab it now. It came up for £100 and I sent an offer of 80. He waited on it for so long, literally the last hour, and then he accepted it. I was made up. So I managed to grab it for 80, and it is Blasphemous. What again this is? I wanted it primarily for the art book and the soundtrack, because the music in this is just mental, so eerie and just creepy and stuff. But yeah, that's the penitent one, I believe he's called. Yeah, he's a cool looking guy, and the game is sealed, I believe. Yeah, the limited. So I might put mine, because mine's limited run, in this box and sell this sealed one. Try recoup some money back. You get a poster. I'm going to show you that. I was made up to get this. This has been, like I say, on my watch list for so long. There he is. Penitent one again. Creepy guy. And another cool poster. Don't think I'll ever do anything with that. I'm not sure. Maybe one day it can go on the wall, possibly. You get the soundtrack, which is also sealed. Yeah, they've never opened that. You get, it's a really good collector's edition, to be honest. You get the art of Blasphemous. Just open it randomly. So there he is. There's your main man. And all the enemies. Look at this. Look at that fuck. There's some man breast milk all over this baby. The enemies in this are just like crazy. I want to show you some. Yeah, look, for instance, look. These are some of the enemies. The sprites. Show me some more. Oh, look, that's one of the enemies, one of the bosses. Crazy, man. I look forward to looking through that. And then you get a card as well. And then last but not least, you get the sword. You get his sword. And like a little badge of the Blasphemous like symbol. So it's really cool. You get a bunch of stuff, and I was made up of it, to be honest. Again, I'll put that all away again in a moment. This is a long video. It's been longer than I expected. I have some more videos coming soon. I think I'm gonna keep the pickups to once a month, like a lot of people are doing at the moment. Try keep up to that. I've got a few games on my watch list that I want to get in the collection. A few games I'm moving on. If you didn't hear what I mentioned in my last video, I'm slimming all my Mega Drive, GameCube, NES, SNES all down from 100 and odd games to 50 games. I'm going to limit to 50 games. I'm just not playing them, man. Sell a bunch of games, get some money, and get some stuff that I do want and I will play. So it makes sense to me, for me. That's going to work for myself. So yeah, I mean, I might even slim it down to 30, 20 games eventually. I don't know, we'll see. So yeah, game room's not coming on yet. Loft is still ongoing. So subject. Right, okay. Thanks for watching. Star Wars videos coming soon. Keep a lookout. Click on the alerts, I suppose, if you want to watch those. Thank you for watching. Peace.